Did I just see that right? Did you just gently and nicely put a little worm on the ground and save its life? I have seen no end of amazing, ironic things in my life. But that has to be the most hypocritical, hard-hearted act I have ever seen. You just saved the life of an inconsequential bug. You just saved the life of an animal that has no consciousness at all. And now to downplay the importance of life in an animal that was created to glorify God in its very existence, you just spared the life of a bug and you are escorting women in to murder their children. You just placed more value on the life of a bug than on the life of a human being. An animal that there are literally billions of them in this area. Not in the world, billions just in this area alone. You just saved the life of a bug over the life of a human being. You spared the life of an animal to sacrifice the life of a child. Romans chapter 1 says that you are going to lift up the creature over the Creator. You are worshiping animals over God. And He has given you over to such a sad state of affairs in your hard heart, in your wicked mind, that you value the life of a bug over the life of a preborn child. Do you understand what that says about your heart and your mind, young lady? He is giving you over to your own hardness of heart. How can you do that? How can you not see the futility and the vain reasoning of that, where you will spare the life of a bug? You will allow children to be murdered, and you will spare the life of a bug and be rewarded with the praise of a heathen culture. You spare the life of a bug.
All your good deeds are filthy rags before God.
I do not understand that.
You have not done a good thing this morning.
My heart.
Your hardened heart? Your hardened heart? Your hardened heart?
So happy over coffee, yet there's a baby and they're dying.
Your hardened heart found life in coffee.
Your heart is desperately wicked, ladies.
And now
your heart is?
You're bragging about sparing the life of a bug while you congratulate yourselves for being complicit in the murder of children. You're bragging about sparing the life of a bug while you're complicit in the murder of unborn children. Are you a vegan too? You won't eat meat? I don't know. You must be a vegan if you're going to spare a bug's life. But you won't go the extra mile to spare the life of a child. You escort children to death. Your feet are swift to shed blood. I have never said this to anybody before in my life, but young lady, there may not be any hope for you. It's not often I'm at a loss for words, but I'm flabbergasted. I don't use that word. And you bragged about it. You bragged about saving the life of not one bug, but two. And celebrated coffee. Proverbs 24. Be not envious of evil men. That's you. Nor desire to be with them. That's all these people that are out here with you. For their hearts devise violence. That's you. And their lips talk of trouble. That would be what you just did. You just talked of trouble. You just celebrated your coffee, your reward of coffee for escorting children to their death. But yet it says, by wisdom a house is built, and by understanding it is established. By knowledge the rooms are filled with all precious and pleasant riches. A wise man is full of strength, and a man of knowledge enhances his might. For by wise guidance you can wage your war, and in abundance of counselors there is victory. Wisdom is too high for a fool. That's exactly where you find yourself. It is foolish that you will spare the life of a bug and escort children to their death. In the gates he does not open his mouth. Whoever plans to do evil, that's you, will be called a schemer. You are a schemer. The devising of folly is sin. It's folly to save the life of a bug and escort a child to his death or her death. And the scoffer is an abomination to mankind. Every time you turn away because you're grinning, you're scoffing and you're an abomination to mankind. If you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small. Rescue those who are being taken away to death. So you rescued a worm, a couple of them, but you will not rescue an unborn child. Hold back those who are stumbling to the slaughter. These women come in here, they're unsure of themselves and they think they want an abortion, but they're stumbling to the slaughter. And you're allowing them to go in here and murder their children while you rescue a bug. If you say, behold, we did not know this, does not he who weighs the heart perceive it? Does not he who keeps watch over your soul know it? And will he not repay man according to his works? You're sitting here and someday you're going to cry out and you're going to say, oh, I didn't know, but you do know. And we will stand as witnesses against you on that day if you do not repent, because we have told you and we have warned you. And you will be rewarded according to your work. And it's not going to be pleasant for you. My son, eat honey, for it is good, and the drippings of the honeycomb are sweet to your taste. Know that wisdom is such to your soul. If you find it, there will be a future, and your hope will not be cut off. We're pleading wisdom to you, the wisdom of the gospel. You think it's foolishness, you think it's crazy, you think it's stupid, you think it's a made-up book of fairy tales, but it is the truth, and we're pleading it to you. We're asking you to embrace this wisdom so that your hope isn't cut off. Lay not in wait as a wicked man against the dwelling of the righteous. Do no violence to his home. You are laying in wait to do violence to unborn children. For the righteous falls 7 times and rises again, but the wicked stumble in times of calamity. There's going to be a day that you're going to stumble and there will be no recovery for you. And we are not going to rejoice. It says, do not rejoice when your enemy falls. We don't see you as our enemies, but we are definitely not going to rejoice when you fall. We are pleading with you to repent and believe. And let not your heart be glad when he stumbles. We are not going to be glad when that happens to you. It says, fret not yourself because of evildoers, and be not envious of the wicked. I don't envy you the position you have here. I don't envy you the level of foolishness and illogical thought process that it takes to stand here and save the life of a worm over the life of a human being. These also are the sayings of the wise. Partiality in judging is not good. And whoever says to the wicked, you are in the right, will be cursed by people and abhorred by nations. But those who rebuke the wicked will have delight, and a good blessing will come upon them. Whoever gives an honest answer kisses the lips. Do you understand that what you're doing when you escort these women in, you're saying, whoever says to the wicked, you are in the right, you're saying they're in the right. And sooner or later, the nations are going to rise up in judgment against you and abhor you. And yes, we are rebuking you because we care enough about you to warn you. I'm pretty sure that your heart is so hard right now that you aren't going to hear this or receive it. But I'm pleading with you, understand that what you did is one of the most wicked things I've ever seen in my life. You sit out here as a Deathscort. As a Deathscort. You're not escorting women into the clinic, you're escorting children into their murder while you save the life of a worm. Of a worm, young lady. You value a created, inconsequential bug over the life of the Imago Dei. A child. You value the life of a worm over a child. I'm pleading with you, don't do this anymore. How can you continue to do this? It is horrible.
And you put your head on the pillow tonight, remember that you are
I plead with you, repent and believe the gospel.